Hello, my friends. Hello again. Welcome. Welcome to part 4. Part 4 of the video series where I use interesting facts about each of the 50 United States to help you guys improve your English, okay? In these videos, you will learn new vocabulary and some interesting facts about the states of my home country, the United States of America, okay? I have already made parts 1, 2, and 3 of the interesting facts of each United State. And I will put those down in the description below. If you have not seen them yet, go watch those and then come back to this one and you will get a ton of great English input, okay? This is part 4. Part 4, and this will be the last one. We're gonna finish up with all 50 states today. I have the last 12 or 13, I believe. So as you guys can see, I'm not in my studio, I'm in my new house, okay? I just got this awesome new couch. I'm relaxed and I'm feeling great. Let me show you this couch because I just put it together. So, this couch is super comfortable, guys. I might just take a nap after this video. But, ya saben, first we have to do some work. All right, so the first state that I'm going to tell you an interesting fact about today is South Carolina. And an interesting fact about South Carolina is that there is an urban legend that originates in South Carolina that I just heard about today, and it's a little bit creepy. They say that in the swamps of South Carolina there exists a lizard man. A lizard man, okay? Some sort of creature that is like a mix between a man and a lizard, okay? And the people of South Carolina who claim that they have seen this creature, they say that he looks like this. That one's pretty creepy. But I really like urban legends. I think it's a super interesting way to learn something about a new place. So the South Carolina lizard man is a pretty interesting story. Next. The next state that I'm going to tell you an interesting fact about is South Dakota. And an interesting fact about South Dakota is that due to its low population and the fact that there are not big cities with huge buildings and bright lights, at nighttime, it is perfect for stargazing, okay? South Dakota is one of the best states in the whole country for looking up and seeing the stars, okay? Now, maybe some of you guys who live out in the jungle or el campo, okay, maybe when you look up you could see the stars, okay? But me, I live right next to the big city, Chicago, and there's too many lights. So at nighttime when I look up, I can't see stars because there's something that they call light pollution. Okay, that means there's too much light in the sky from all the big buildings in Chicago, so we can barely even see the stars. So I would love to go to South Dakota and see the beautiful, huge sky filled with all the stars. You can even see planets. It sounds incredible and beautiful to me. I would love to see that. All right, guys. The next state that I'm going to tell you about is Tennessee. Tennessee. And I actually have a lot of family in Tennessee, so I have been there a few times in my life. One thing I know about Tennessee is the people are very nice and they eat really good, okay? That's not the interesting fact. The interesting fact is that Tennessee is the home of country music, okay? Do you guys like country music? Country music is very popular here in the US, especially down south. Now, I don't know if people really listen to it in a lot of other parts of the world. So tell me, guys. Tell me down below in the comments, do you guys listen to country music in English? I'm very interested to know. I know that rock is famous all around the world, but I'm not sure if the genre country music is popular in South America or other places or not. So please tell me, guys. I'm counting on you to teach me this. All right, next state is Texas. Texas is huge, guys. Texas is so big, okay? And that's one of the interesting things about Texas. It is so big that it is bigger than any country in the continent of Europe, okay? Texas is a state in the United States, but it is bigger than any country in Europe. It is bigger than Spain. It is bigger than Italy. It is bigger than Ukraine. All right? Texas is bigger than any country in Europe. Isn't that pretty incredible? So, besides being huge, another interesting fact is that one of my favorite drinks, was invented in Texas. Now, I don't drink pop or soda. That's another interesting thing for a different video. Depending on where you are in the US, we will call like Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Some people call it pop, some people call it soda, some people call it soda pop, okay? But here we call it pop. So my favorite flavor of pop is Dr. Pepper. And Dr. Pepper was created in Texas. So those are some interesting things about the huge state of Texas. All right, guys. Next one is actually really interesting about a state called Utah. Okay, so Utah is the most, here's some good vocabulary, guys, religiously homogeneous. Okay, the most religiously homogeneous state in the United States. Now, homogeneous means that everything is the same. Okay, so Utah is the most religiously homogeneous state, meaning that it has the most people that are the same religion in the state. In the state of Utah, 60% of the population is Mormon, okay? Now, Mormon is a certain branch of Christianity. It's like Christianity, but they have extra books, okay? I think there are 67 books in the Christian Bible that we read, that Christians read. The Book of Mormon has like 70 or something like that, okay? They believe that Jesus Christ was the Son of God, etc., etc., but they also believe other things. Now, one of the things that the Mormons are most famous for is that in the past, Mormon men were allowed to have many different wives, okay? One Mormon man could have 5, 6, 7 wives. Now they say that nowadays, they no longer do that. But I don't know. I bet there's still some guys out there in Utah with a bunch of wives. All right. Nobody be mad at me for this one, but I have a funny thing I want you guys to tell me down in the comments. Those of you who are men, tell me, if you were in this religion, would you want to have more than one wife? And those of you who are women, if you were in this religion, would you be married to a man if you had to share him with 4 or 5 other women? Tell me down below, guys. Anyway, that's Utah. Okay, guys, the next state, Vermont. And Vermont, an interesting thing is that perhaps the most interesting brand or marca of ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, which is a huge brand of ice cream here in the US, was created in Vermont. Okay, Ben & Jerry's has a million different flavors, and they're delicious. So I don't know if Ben & Jerry's ships all over the world, but if you are ever in the US and buy some ice cream, look for Ben & Jerry's, try it out. You will not be disappointed, I promise. It is delicious, okay? Ben & Jerry's was started and is made in Vermont. And one cool thing that Ben & Jerry's company does, they donate, they give all of the extra ice cream that they don't need to farmers who raise pigs, okay? And the pigs can eat the ice cream and get fatter and more delicious for us to eat bacon and pork. Those pigs are eating an awesome ice cream. Those are the luckiest pigs in the world, I imagine. All right, guys. So, next, Virginia. In Virginia, or rather off the coast of Virginia, is an island called Tangier Island. Now, what is interesting about this island is that the population, the people who live there, they have an accent that is very different from any other population in the United States, okay? My accent is very neutral, okay? That's because I live in the Midwest, and in the Midwest, we speak like you hear English on TV, in movies, the neutral English accent. That's what I speak, okay? Down south, they have a twang and they talk like this, okay? And there's different parts of the country where they speak differently. But in Tangier Island, off the coast of Virginia, these people have an accent that is actually closer to the British accent than the American accent. So perhaps they talk a little bit like this, or something like that. My British accent isn't very good, I don't think. Or perhaps it is. Tell me down below, do you believe that my British accent is good? Or not? I think it's quite good. Alright guys, I know that was terrible. I know guys, I know. The next state, Washington. Interesting fact about Washington is that there are more than 3,000 glaciers in the state of Washington, okay? Now what is a glacier? A glacier is a giant piece of ice basically, okay? It is like mountains that are formed of ice, rocks, and dirt, and quite often they have a large supply of fresh water inside of them, okay? So these glaciers come from millions of years ago when this whole area was covered in water. Now these are frozen and they're like mountains in the state of Washington, okay? So that's something very interesting. There are more than 3,000 glaciers in the state of Washington. Pretty interesting. Next is Wisconsin. Now this is a state that I have been to several times. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys some stories about Wisconsin. But Virginia makes Ben & Jerry's, okay? So that's Virginia's claim to ice cream fame, but Wisconsin has something as well. There's something here that we love to eat called an ice cream sundae. That is an ice cream sundae. It's some ice cream with usually whipped cream, hot fudge, maybe some peanuts. That's called an ice cream sundae, okay? And the very first one was created in Wisconsin. So I want to give a big shout out to Wisconsin and Virginia for helping us here in the US to eat delicious ice cream. Que rico. All right, guys, and the last one. Not yet. Two more. I got ahead of myself, guys, sorry. West Virginia. The state of West Virginia, okay? Now, an interesting fact about West Virginia is they were the first state to celebrate Mother's Day, or Dia de la Madre, okay? And this is very important in my opinion because we need good mothers, okay? The world needs good mothers because good mothers and fathers raise good children, okay? So I think it's super cool to give recognition to those good mothers who work hard every day to raise those kids, okay? Because these days a lot of people are not doing a very good job raising their children. So I salute all of the mothers who are doing a good job with their children. If you who are watching this are a mother and you do a good job, you work hard raising those kids, I salute you. I salute you. You should be proud of yourself because that's not an easy job. So shout out to all the mothers who are doing a wonderful job and trying their best every day to raise those kids. Keep it up, ladies. Keep up the good work. Now, the last one, Wyoming, okay? Now, Wyoming, similar to West Virginia, did a couple of great things for women, okay? Wyoming, for one, they were the first United States to allow women the right to vote, okay? So that's groundbreaking, all right? Because a long time ago in the 1800s, only men could vote, and only white men, in fact, okay? So black men and women were not allowed to vote. I don't even think Native American people, or what some people call Indians, were allowed to vote back then either. It was only white guys, okay? So West Virginia was actually quite progressive by making this law allowing women to vote, and that's great because it was a nice big step forward in making all citizens equal, and that is wonderful. One other cool thing that Wyoming did for the ladies was it was the first state in all of the United States to have a female governor, okay? So Wyoming is a pretty progressive state and did some cool stuff for the women. So I imagine there's a lot of happy ladies out there in Wyoming. All right, guys, that is it. We have covered all 50 states in these 4 videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I know that if you've watched all 4 of these, you have consumed a ton of good vocabulary, learned a ton of cool facts about my country, and I hope you smiled and enjoyed it. All right, my friends, como siempre, muchísimas gracias por ver y nos vemos pronto. Are you still here? Are you still here? You're still watching, aren't you? Alright guys, welcome to the bonus section. I'm going to start hiding these in the videos every now and then, so make sure you stick around till the end each time and see if there is one, okay? In today's bonus section, I'm going to add a little bit of footage that I took the other day here at my house in my backyard outside because there was tons of snow. I wanted to show you guys some fun things that people like to do here in the US when it snows. Alright guys, check this out. This is a snowball, and I'm going to throw it at my wife or my son.
Oh, sorry.
Now this little guy is gonna get it. I'm waiting on you, buddy. Go ahead and get ready. So as you can see, we got some snow here in Indiana. I just want to show you guys all this snow. My big new backyard. That's my new house. So I'm going to show you guys in probably a week or two the inside of the house because we're working on getting furniture. But I want to show you guys what is probably my favorite part, this huge backyard. So you see, we have all this space back here, and look how deep the snow is. So much snow here in Indiana. Probably like 4 inches of snow. But there's a lot of cool things about this backyard. All of the space, for one. Over here, there's benches. Look at all this snow. Look at all this snow. Think about this before you guys decide you want to visit Chicago. Look at all this snow. But these are benches, and in here is a fire pit, a place to have a campfire. Chairs. And another really cool thing about this yard is that all the way back here is a river. There's a little river back here. No, I don't know if there's any fish back here or not when the weather's nice, but I hope there is, because it would be super cool to come fishing back here. Oh, ducks. Alright, so in this video I want to show you guys some of the things that people here in these parts of the US where it snows a lot, what kids like to do for fun, and things that you could do in the snow. So one of the things is called making a snow angel, ángel de nieve, okay? So you can make a snow angel, you lay down and you move your arms and your legs, and my son is showing us right now.
Hi!
Keep making the snow angel. Okay, buddy, now be still, give me your hand. And then it looks like a little angelito in the snow, a little angel with wings, and this little angel gown dress thing. So that is how you make a snow angel, and all of the children who live in places like Indiana where it snows love to make snow angels. Con, what else can you do in the snow?
Like snowman?
Make a snowman? Okay, we're gonna try and make a snowman to show you guys what that is, because you guys know what the difference between a snowman and a snow woman is, don't you? Connor, what's the difference between a snowman and a snow woman?
You said that week.
Snowballs. He doesn't want to say it. So anyway, I'll show you guys what a snowman is when we make one.
No, mis leggings. Leggings se van a mojar.
Make your little angelito, baby.
No! Yo no puedo, amor. Mis leggings se van a
Well,
mojar.
do it with your arms at least.
Dad, can you help?
Yeah, buddy, hold on. Make an angel.
Well, first I want. Amor, dame la mano. Thank you.
What do you need help with, buddy?
Can you get me off to my right so I can...
Whoa! Is that a snow spider?
Yes.
That is terrifying.
Terrifying.
That is the first snow spider ever made. Connor, you're a genius.
Yeah, I invented a new thing.
Huh? Okay guys, we built the most chichipato snowman ever made. These two are fighting with snowballs, which is the other fun thing to do, but this is our snowman. He has little snow arms, a nose, he's smiling, he has his eyes. Hey, if you throw snowballs at my wife, I'm gonna kill the snowman.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna destroy him. And kids like to just lay in the snow like that.